Just coming into the year, coming off of last season, what were your priorities individually as far as where you wanted to grow your game?
I think last year, from a personal side, I wanted to obviously utilize every aspect of my gifts. Obviously, tap into some things that I worked on in the off season, but really just focusing in on what I can do best to help this team last year, and obviously with my speed, my ability to get to the rim, and find my teammates. As far as like playmaking, that's the ability that I can bring to this team as well. And I think being able to knock down an open shot, from three, I think that's obviously what I've this summer have been able to just continue to work on. But as far as last season, it was just trying to utilize the gifts that I have to the best of my ability.
And the point guard position doesn't have quite the depth it had last season. When you come into the year, do you see that opportunity to show what you can do as a playmaker, maybe more similar to your rookie season when the ball was in your hands more?
Yeah. I think I can do some special things with the ball in my hands. I think that I could, when Cade, doesn't have the ball, I can make plays and relieve stress off him. And I think just this year, as a whole, I just want to, make sure that I can continue to use my gifts and play how I want to play and be dominant in it and be forceful and, really just continue to get better over the course of this season.
The veterans that you guys have brought in are veterans that are coming from teams like Philadelphia, Dallas, Milwaukee, that obviously have championship aspirations. Are you curious? Were you curious to see how they would respond to going from that situation to this situation? And since you've been mingling with them over the course of the off season, just what are your impressions about how they're kind of responding to this change in circumstance for them?
Well, they've been amazing already. I've learned a lot already from Tobias. Been working with him. Got time to shoot with him and pick his brain. From what he's been through. And being in that playoff atmosphere for a long time, he knows what it's like. And so, I think having him and Tim, obviously got to get with Tim as well. I'm looking forward to competing with those guys, and they're going to bring a lot to this team, and most importantly, that winning mindset is what we need, and they're going to bring it for us on this team.
What's been your impression of new head coach Ivey Bickerstaff so far?
It's been great. Got to connect with him. Got to just sit down and chat with him. Besides the court, it's been amazing, and looking forward to getting this year started. We're all eager, we're all hungry, we're all ready, and so is Coach Bickerstaff, and it's been great so far.
I know that your faith is a really big part of who you are. You took some steps this summer to reflect that. How can you speak to how your faith impacts you both on and off the court?
Yes, without Jesus Christ, I wouldn't be sitting up here. Without His grace, to be up here and sitting up here, and being able to just compete at this stage, and knowing, my whole life, I never knew Him and had a relationship with Him, and the fact that He's still able to, have me ready for year three, and being able to just compete at this highest level. I'm nothing without Him, without Jesus, and so I'm really just grateful and thankful to be here and to be here on this earth. And I know He has me here for a purpose and a reason. And so my faith is a big reason, and it goes beyond who I am as a basketball player.
Jaden, Trajan talked a lot about your work ethic, how he's had to pull you out of the gym and seeing the example that you set as a hard worker for this team. Talk about the responsibility of setting that example for the Pistons coming into the season.
It's crucial. I feel like my whole life, the work is how I've gotten here, and to be able to stick with that, no matter what you know, even last year, you know, the record was what it was, but the work, you can never say that, you know, this whole team and even myself included was not working to change the trajectory of this team. And so the work is what it is. It's how we can continue to keep competing for years and years. And, you know, that I don't take that lightly. I have to, you know, get my work done, and most importantly for him above, because, you know, you can't just be in this league and not work, and you know, I know that, and so I take it, I don't take it very lightly.
There's been a lot of talk about the success of other Detroit teams already, like today even. But you have a lot more of a personal connection with the city, and specifically like with the Lions. How do you look at like the success these teams are having and how the fan bases are reacting to how you can turn this into motivation for you specifically?
Yeah, obviously, you know, the Tigers just made the playoffs. You know, the Lions made some noise last year, and they're going to make some noise this year as well. And we want to be that team. Obviously, you know, I think, you know, this city, you know, is changing, and we want to, you know, make a push this season, and just play the best ball that we can every single time we step out there on the floor, and play the Detroit Pistons brand of basketball that I know the city wants, and it's something that, you know, we're working hard and we're locked in, you know, to bring this back, the Pistons brand of basketball back to the city, and so we don't take that lightly, and you know, we're looking forward to this season and energetic and ready.
Jaden, you said you're third year, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's also your third head coach as well. So what are some of the challenges for you that you've seen and that you've experienced that made it kind of difficult for you to kind of like establish yourself in the league, knowing every single year you have to get adjusted to a new coach and new playbook?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You know, anybody can attest to that. Just having, you know, 3 different head coaches, you know, different systems every single year, it's not easy. But that's what makes you a pro, is being able to adjust to whatever system it is, and figuring out a way to affect it on the court. And so I think, you know, that's what I've had to do, and obviously my teammates as well, who have been here, you know, for you know, I know Stu has had a lot of different coaches since he's been here. So I think, you know, as far as that goes, that's just being able to adjust and be a pro.
And with that perspective, you know, the previous couple of years versus this new front office, new coaching staff, including a couple of your teammates, you mentioned how these vets have been different. Already, before you start training camp, you can already feel that this thing is different?
Yes, definitely. I think even when we stepped in the building today, even when I woke up out of bed, I was like, you know, I'm ready, you know, for this season, and I know, you know, everybody's, you know, ready, you know, energetic about this season, and but we gotta, you know, with all the talking, we have to, you know, just go out there and set the standard, and you know, enough's enough to where we just gotta go out here and compete every single night, and you know, play the Pistons brand of basketball that we want to play.
How has your relationship with Trajan developed, and with that, what does he talk to you about, just you and your game, and what he hopes to see from you over the next season and beyond?
Yeah, just being myself. I think that's the biggest thing. Just being myself, not overthinking. You know, doing what I do best, doing what I do on the court to affect the game, and bringing, you know, what I bring to the court. I think I just don't. He doesn't want me to stray away from that. And yeah, so I think, you know, as far as that goes, just being able to affect the floor, and when I'm out there, you know, making it easier for my teammates, and playing tough and playing hard.
Thanks, Jack.
I
Appreciate
y'all.
y'all.
Appreciate it.